This is another really popular apple up here. It's the king.
Yeah, king and Gravenstein are the standard for the area. The old time.
I don't have a king on mine.
And that is an old orchard apple. It is sterile. It has to have pollinators.
It really stores as a kind of a greasy surface on it.
Yeah.
You know, and it just is a great storage apple.
Well, I like your Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 is pretty good flavor.
Do you have any of those?
Yeah.
Those are so good.
I didn't even see that in our supplier list.
Has like a bubblegum kind of flavor when it's early, and then later on, once it's ripened, maybe even a hair overripe, it has kind of a licorice flavor to it.
Oh wow.
So good. Well, okay, wouldn't you be able to just graft a different flavor onto, say, this one, and then it would pollinate basically itself?
Yeah, the challenge of grafting with apples is because they're not all consistent. Some will, like a Gravenstein will be really vigorous.
Yeah.
You'll get real imbalance over the years, and so it won't look good. Where pears, because they all grow the same, they're very easy to have multiple grafts in the same one. With apples, I took all mine out because they got really weird looking.
Yeah. Usually, eventually, one variety or the other will take over.
They get really, they're vigorous. They get these huge old branches, little tiny, so it gets real imbalanced. It's just a weird looking thing.
Same thing with the grafted cherries.
Okay, now walnut, is that actually a walnut tree?
Yeah, English walnut will grow here. Yep.
That's what this is, or this is Carpathian walnut?
And they grow fine here, produce walnuts. They get to be big trees.
And they don't really have extra branches that are coming off of them.
These are just, whips, but they'll develop into be, huge trees.
So this is kind of like the fig tree that, where it's just one little stalk and then it'll branch out eventually.
Here you see like a few are starting to branch out down below here. But these are both as whips. Again, they grow quickly, walnut trees, and they get to be very large trees.
So when it's a whip like this, you don't have to worry about if it's going to be or not. It's just one stick from the get-go.
It's fine, yeah.
See what other trees we have here. Orange? It's not an orange tree. Minnesota snowflake mock orange.
Mock orange, yeah.
What's a mock orange?
It's what it is, it's a pretend. But it doesn't, it has nice flowers, and it doesn't do anything.
Okay. A smoke tree? Is that one that you burn?
No, but it's very nice. It's got a very nice red in the fall. You ever driven down there when you're coming off the ferry at Edmonds, and you come up the road, and all along the side of those beautiful in the fall, just brilliant, like almost like fire.
Oh yeah.
That's that.
Oh, okay.
They're beautiful fall color plants.
When this says 1 inch, that's what, 1 inch in diameter?
Yes.
Okay. And that's important for some reason?
They're just, identifying.
Just saying.
That's what it is. It doesn't mean anything. As far as,
Peach. We can grow peach trees?
Yeah, and it better be frost. The only peach that'll make it here is a frost peach. You'll see the name of this.
That's what it says. Frost
only one that'll
peach
survive.
semi-dwarf.
And it will produce. I have it here in Slim, and they do well. But no other peach will do well in Western Washington.
I remember that we were talking about some kind of tree way back when, and I told you the name of a tree or the name of a nursery in like Texas or something that I saw that had, maybe it was avocados that'll grow really, really cold climates. Did you ever contact them, find out about them?
I never got back, but avocados are a broadleaf evergreen, meaning that they have broad leaves and they're evergreen. So when we had weather like we had last week in the teens, those plants will not survive that. And if you look at madrona trees in the wintertime, they look terrible because they're a broadleaf evergreen and they really suffer severely from the cold. You ever notice how bad they look in the wintertime, madrona trees?
I've never really looked at them.
Yeah, on your way out, if you see madrona, look how funky the leaves are, all brown, looking like really messed with. Now, have you ever noticed rhododendrons? What happens when it gets cold? The leaves actually curl up and reduce their size. They completely turn in and get like 1/3 their size. And they're doing it for survival.
Wow.
because they are a broadleaf evergreen, but it's amazing to watch them. When it gets cold, they'll just completely roll in and just reduce their exposure.
Huh. See, what else do we got here? We have apples. I already have apple.
Liberty, that's a great variety.
I have the one that I bought last year was already grafted like 3 different types. So I think I'm good on apples. I think I'm good on all the flavors of cherry.
And on the back row we have plums. And one that does really well here, purely eating, is called a yellow egg.
Yellow egg's nice.
Yeah, they're little, they're very, very sweet, they're very, very watery.
Totally. Now the ones I have aren't little. You get wet. Mine are big, but I'm telling you, you get wet when you eat mine.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of get out of its way.
And they are
all the
highly
juice in it.
productive. I have a neighbor that does midnight runs with bags of yellow eggs.
Yeah, they're amazing. My one I really like is Beauty. That's an early one. It's really nice. How you doing?
The Italian prune is real popular up here too.
They do the best. European ones do the best here. You won't do Japanese, not well.
Not well. But the Asian pears do well.
Yeah, Asians do great.
And we do have the 20th century Asian pear somewhere out there.
I'm also thinking about making the move over to Eastern Washington. So will any of the ones that I'm kind of liking on right now, and it's going to be more in like the mountains, like Canada, Idaho borders.
I'm not that familiar with it. It's much colder.
It is colder.
Soil type I'm not familiar with.
Well, the soil I won't really have a problem with. It's just the temperatures.
The temperatures. Well, and how long is the growing season? That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Because these trees are all pretty much.
So I'd want earlies then, right?
Well, I don't know.
It depends.
It depends on where you are.
It depends on where you are.
It's pretty hot there,
It will get hot in the summertime.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
for sure.
You gain a lot with that heat.
But it's not going to get out of the freezing temperatures until probably next month, where it's at.
Well, you look at when you buy apples, they'll tell you their cold hardiness.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. The bottom. And make sure that you're within that range. And if you're there, no problem.
So like on these here, where it says -10 degrees.
Yeah, that's it. And so this is this is gonna be fine. If down to 10 degrees. After that, it's gonna be questionable. So you want to be be within that range.